Indigenous All-Stars have run through their final training session ahead of Friday night's All-Stars blockbuster on the Gold Coast, and coach Laurie Daly has reminded fans it's not too late to secure tickets.
You know, to have 20,000 fans out there, the stadium will be a great atmosphere, and the boys always perform in front of a decent crowd, and when they're getting right into it, the boys will put on a display from both sides. So it's a game that I'm sure if anyone hasn't got their tickets, go out and get them now, because I'm sure it'll be a great contest.
The media were allowed just a short time to capture footage of the favourites at Cbus Super Stadium during their captain's run. Then it was gates shut to practice their war cry that will be performed for the first time before the match. The NRL All-Stars graced the stadium later in the afternoon for their final run.
Well, I think the training sessions have been excellent. It's been a real pleasure to be with them and to be around such good professionals, and they obviously come out of good clubs that have got good work ethics and that. But the two training sessions we've had have been as good as I've had for a long time. So I think they're on. I know they're keen, and they all want to be here. I've got to say to their credit as well, the players. They love the week. It's they get a real enjoyment out of it, and to play with players they'll never play with again, and that's also important to a lot of them. And for other guys, just to make a rep team is important to them. Some of these guys here aren't Origin players, but they're very good players in the NRL, and just to be a part of something like All-Stars, it means a lot to them.
While it's been a big week, filled with plenty of media and cultural activities, Captain Beau Scott says the players have thoroughly enjoyed themselves.
Getting to know new players that I've played against but not known off the field, so yeah, really enjoyable, and looking forward to tomorrow night.
Not far down the road in Broadbeach, the Women's Indigenous and NRL All-Stars squads gathered for their individual and joint team photos. Indigenous representative Latoya Billy can't wait to make her family back in the Torres Strait proud.
I am the only sibling, and my mom is a single parent. They'll be so proud of me.
She's travelled a remarkable distance to represent her people in her very first appearance on the big stage.
Well, I had to take 3 planes to get here, from where I live to Horn Island, then Horn Island to Cairns, then Cairns to the Gold Coast.
And the under-16s Indigenous New South Wales and Queensland representatives were presented their playing jerseys by members of the first grade Indigenous side. They mingled with their idols over lunch and were joined by Indigenous legends of the game for that extra bit of inspiration.
Our boys are all heroes to the younger guys, and for them to sit down at a table and talk to them and have a meal with them and just see what they're like and interact with them is massive, and they see how professional they are and they aspire to be like them. And for me, yeah, spending that hour and a half with the boys, I'm sure they'd go back really pumped up and can't wait to tell their families and go out there and be inspired by that and hopefully play well tomorrow themselves.
Amy Lindesell, NRL.com.